The river, the waterfall, the river again. God and nature grabbed the big headlines, but human beauty all by itself was more than enough to change my life. I was 13 when it happened. 13 and shooting hoops in the driveway. 13 and practicing my last second game, winning shots. 13 and dreaming of glory. An ordinary American kid wishing I was someone else on an ordinary Tuesday morning in July. An ordinary that was about to become right now astounding, because that's when I saw her, the neighbor girl. She was doing these backflips in her front yard, doing them strong and graceful at the same time, doing them one after the other after the other. As if gravity was a personal choice instead of a natural law, as if her next trick just might be flying. She stopped at one point, looked across the street, considered her options, and whatever she meant by it, she smiled. I think I probably tried to smile back. I know I learned that day what it means to sigh. I felt brave, afraid, alive. My heart got wise like a road map. You have to unfold it to find out where you're going. But once you do, you never get the goddamn thing back into its original shape. Although after a while, that crumpled up mess does start to seem normal. The river, the waterfall, the river again. Wisdom is hard to come by. Wisdom is hard to take. Wisdom is another name for those scars on your heart. Wisdom is 3 goldfish belly up in the bowl. My daughter makes a popsicle stick cross to mark the spot, to honor what disappeared despite her love and vigilance. She doesn't bother asking me why suffering like this has to happen. She's 7. She already knows I can't answer the questions that really matter. She's 7. She already knows that I think the best prayer is silence. She knows, but says a few words of benediction anyway. We both say amen. The river, the waterfall, the river again. In this part of the poem, I'm 49 years old. In this part of the poem, there's an angry woman. Let's just call her Madeline. And right now, I'm watching her get smaller and smaller. She heads down the curb, climbs into her blue Dodge Neon, and pulls away from the curb. She hesitates at the stop sign for maybe 17 and a half nanoseconds. My heart flutters. We all know why. And then she hits the gas hard, burning rubber, and making a sudden and absolute right turn onto North Main Street, vanishing into the rush hour traffic like a jack-in-the-box after you click the lid shut. Hope is another name for hunger. The hardest thing to see is what's right in front of your eyes. What matters most is what you turn love into after love turns on you. The river, the waterfall, the river again. The parent who dies when you're young seems like a tragic hero. The one who goes second after you're grown and finally afraid of your own death, that loss feels more like your platoon sergeant just bought it. You see it, you get it like an eviction notice. The wheel is random, the order chaotic. The bullet that took them out could just as easily have had your name on it, but it didn't, not this time, although soon enough, it's only natural, it's only fair. Soon enough, it will. And I was there in the room last month when my mother died. And I'm here to tell you that she died like a champion. She did it like, okay, enough is enough. This is the only part of my life I haven't done yet, so let's get the fuck on with it. So that's what she did. Without fear, without shame. She said her goodbyes. She looked the God of everything and nothing right in the eye. She let go of it all and got lost for good and forever. My mother is gone. Another name for grief is gratitude. The only name for death is death. The river, the waterfall, the river again.